One of the most intriguing mysteries surrounding Elvis Presley is the curious case of his gravestone. His middle name appears with 2 A's, yet his birth certificate spells it with just 1. Many believe this discrepancy is more than a simple mistake. It could be another clue in the legend of the King of Rock and Roll. Even 40 years after his passing, Elvis is making headlines once again. Hidden deep within the walls of Graceland, an untouched vault has been discovered, sealed, forgotten, and shrouded in mystery. What secrets lie inside? Unreleased music, personal letters, or something even more astonishing? This is the story of a discovery that could change everything we thought we knew about Elvis Presley. Early life. In the early hours of January 8, 1935, in a tiny 2-room house in Tupelo, Mississippi, Gladys Presley was in labor, her husband Vernon and his brother by her side. She was expecting twins, but tragedy struck when the first baby, Jesse Garon, was stillborn. Moments later, Elvis Aaron Presley entered the world, crying loudly and full of life, a healthy baby boy. With Jesse gone, Elvis became the only child of Vernon and Gladys, and their love for him was unwavering. Though his twins' loss cast a shadow over the family, their home was filled with warmth and care. The Presley household was small, but it was always bustling with parents, grandparents, and extended family, creating a close-knit and supportive environment. Money was tight, and the family moved often in search of better opportunities, but no matter where they lived, their love and devotion provided a sense of stability. For the Presleys, home wasn't about a place, it was about being together. Elvis found joy in music and worship from a young age. He was captivated by the powerful hymns and sermons at the Assembly of God Church, where he first experienced the magic of gospel music. At home, he soaked up all kinds of sounds, especially the gospel melodies that would later shape his unique musical style. Elvis grew up surrounded by music, the blues drifting from his neighbors' porches, the country tunes playing on the radio. Music wasn't just something he listened to, it became his passion, following him wherever he went. On October 3, 1945, 10-year-old Elvis experienced his first taste of performing in front of an audience. Standing on a chair to reach the microphone, he sang Old Shep at the Mississippi-Alabama Fair and Dairy Show talent contest. He placed 5th and won a few ride tickets, not a grand prize, but a proud moment that hinted at what was to come. 2 years later, in 1947, Elvis set his heart on a shiny new bicycle, but his family couldn't afford it. Instead, his mother Gladys gently encouraged him to pick out something more within their means, a $13 guitar from the Tupelo Hardware Company. That simple gift turned out to be life-changing, laying the foundation for a musical journey that would one day reshape the world. At Milam Junior High, Elvis gave his classmates a heartfelt performance of Leaf on a Tree as a farewell gift. The reason? The Presley family was about to embark on a major move. Packing up their old Plymouth with everything they owned, they left Tupelo behind and set off for Memphis, Tennessee, in search of a better future. Before long, more relatives followed, all hoping to carve out their own piece of the American dream. But reality hit hard. From 1948 to 1953, the Presleys lived in public housing and modest homes in North Memphis, where money was tight and life was anything but easy. Vernon and Gladys worked tirelessly, bouncing between jobs, while Elvis attended L.C. Humes High School. To help out, he took on small jobs wherever he could, doing whatever it took to ease his parents' burden. Through all the struggles, one thing remained constant: the Presley family's deep bond. They leaned on their faith and gathered regularly at the Assembly of God Church. For Elvis, music became his greatest escape. His guitar, his voice, and his one-of-a-kind style became his refuge. He developed his distinctive look, by shopping for unique clothing on Beale Street while immersing himself in the rich sounds of blues and gospel downtown. One of his favorite pastimes was attending gospel sings, where he stood out with his long hair and sideburns. But his music wasn't just confined to church gatherings. One day, at Humes High, he stepped onto the stage for a school talent show, guitar in hand. The audience erupted with cheers, and to his surprise, he won. The applause was so deafening that he was called back for an encore. In that moment, Elvis gained something far more valuable than just a title. He walked away with newfound confidence in his talent. But this chapter of his life wouldn't last forever. By 1953, Elvis had graduated from Humes High School. Almost immediately, he took a job at Parker Machinist's shop to help support his family. That summer, he stepped into the Memphis recording service, later known as Sun Records, with just $4 to record My Happiness, and That's When Your Heart Aches. Begin as a heartfelt birthday gift for his mother Gladys. It was a simple act of love, but it marked the beginning of something extraordinary, the start of his music career. Around this time, Sam Phillips, the founder of Sun Records, began to take notice of Elvis. He saw something special in the young singer's voice and believed he had the potential to stand out, particularly as a ballad performer. This was the first step on Elvis's journey into the world of music. By 1955, things were starting to change. Elvis was turning heads with his one-of-a-kind sound, electrifying stage presence, and undeniable good looks. His hip-swaying dance moves caused a stir wherever he performed, creating both excitement and controversy. That same year, Colonel Tom Parker stepped in as his manager and secured a major deal with RCA Records, setting the stage for Elvis to become a superstar. In 1956, Elvis's rise was unstoppable. He scored his first #1 hit with Heartbreak Hotel, and his self-titled debut album, Elvis Presley, quickly soared to the top of the charts. That same year, he signed a movie deal with Paramount Pictures, cementing his status as a multi-talented entertainer. Not everyone embraced his bold, hip-shaking performances. Some critics found them too suggestive, but audiences couldn't get enough. He became a regular on television, making his network debut on Stage Show, produced by Jackie Gleason and featuring Tommy and Jimmy Dorsey. Over 6 appearances, Elvis steadily captured national attention while Heartbreak Hotel dominated the charts. Elvis reached another milestone with his final Sun Records single, I Forgot to Remember to Forget, paired with Mystery Train. It climbed to #1 on the country charts, marking a major breakthrough. Shortly after, RCA released Elvis Presley, his first full-length album featuring his early hits. It was a massive success, holding the top spot on the pop charts for 10 straight weeks. It also became Elvis's first record to earn over $1 million, winning him his first Gold Album award. Just days after the album's release, Elvis headed to Hollywood for a screen test at Paramount Studios. He spent 2 days acting and lip-syncing to Blue Suede Shoes, as well as performing a scene from the upcoming film The Rainmaker. During this whirlwind period, Elvis was constantly on the move, working non-stop to turn his dreams into reality. His star continued to rise, and soon he was making waves on the Milton Berle Show, performing on an unusual stage, a live broadcast from the USS Hancock, an aircraft carrier. But this was only the beginning. Elvis's schedule was filling up fast. He signed a movie deal with Hal Wallace and Paramount Pictures, starting with 1 film and an option for 6 more. In April and May of 1956, he took the stage at the New Frontier Hotel in Las Vegas. But this time, his usual magic didn't quite connect. The adult gamblers in the crowd weren't as captivated as his younger fans. Still, his single Heartbreak Hotel and his debut album, Elvis Presley, dominated the Billboard pop charts, both reaching the #1 spot. As he continued touring, Elvis's popularity only skyrocketed. His high-energy performances sent crowds into a frenzy, sometimes forcing concerts to end early when fans stormed the stage. In June, he returned to the Milton Berle Show, this time performing in a studio setting alongside the Jordanaires, Scotty Moore, Bill Black, and DJ Fontana. He delivered a playful rendition of Hound Dog, complete with provocative dance moves that thrilled younger fans but shocked critics and older audiences. The backlash only fueled his fame, making it one of his most talked-about performances. Elvis's bold style, both in music and movement, drew sharp criticism from conservative and religious groups, but his young audience couldn't get enough. As he continued touring and releasing new hits, the controversy only seemed to make him more popular. Shortly after, he appeared on NBC's The Steve Allen Show in an attempt to smooth things over after his last TV performance caused a stir. The show made light of the situation, having Elvis dress in formal white tie and tails while singing Hound Dog to a basset hound on stage. Though he wasn't thrilled with the stunt, he played along and even joined Steve Allen, Imogene Coca, and Andy Griffith in a comedy sketch, showing off his playful side. But life was about to take a serious turn. In November 1957, Elvis performed in Hawaii, unaware it would be his last concert before trading his guitar for army boots. That Christmas, as he and his family decorated Graceland for the holidays, his draft notice arrived, a moment he had been expecting, but one that marked a major new chapter in his life. Even the U.S. Army couldn't slow down Elvis Presley's meteoric rise. His military journey began in March. In 1958, Elvis reported to the Memphis Draft Board and received his GI buzz cut at Fort Chaffee, Arkansas. He trained at Fort Hood, Texas, and during his first leave, recorded A Big Hunk of Love, his last session until 1960. Before deploying to Europe, tragedy struck. His mother, Gladys, fell gravely ill. Rushed to a Memphis hospital, she passed away on August 14th at just 46. Devastated, Elvis returned to duty, finding a bright spot in Germany when he met Priscilla Beaulieu. Their romance grew, leading to marriage in 1967. Elvis rose to sergeant and was honorably discharged on March 5, 1960. Back in Memphis, crowds at Graceland proved he hadn't been forgotten. Wasting no time, he dominated the 1960s with hit films like Blue Hawaii and Viva Las Vegas. Though his movies remained profitable, by the late 60s, their appeal began to fade. By the late 1960s, Elvis's career hit a crossroads, but he wasn't done. His 1968 TV comeback special proved he was still the king, reigniting his career. That same year, he married Priscilla, and they welcomed their daughter, Lisa Marie. However, happiness was short-lived. By the 1970s, his marriage crumbled, and he battled health issues due to prescription drug use. Despite his struggles, he continued to sell out shows, with his final performance in June 1977. On August 16, 1977, Elvis passed away at just 42. His death stunned the world, and thousands gathered in Memphis to mourn him. Graceland became a memorial, ensuring his legacy lived on. Elvis's funeral on August 18, 1977, brought thousands to Memphis, with a private service held at Graceland for close family and celebrities. His passing, however, only deepened the intrigue surrounding his life. Just days after his burial, an attempted grave robbery added to the mystery. 3 men were caught near his tomb, allegedly planning to break in with dynamite. Some later speculated the incident was staged to justify moving Elvis's body to Graceland, where burials weren't initially allowed. Even in death, Elvis remained a subject of fascination, with conspiracy theories and speculation keeping his legend alive. Theories about Elvis Presley's grave continue to fuel speculation. Some point to the spelling of his middle name, Aaron, on his tombstone, arguing it differs from his birth certificate as a hidden message. Others cite moments where Priscilla and Lisa Marie Presley seemingly slipped up when speaking about him, adding to rumors that he faked his death. Elvis sightings have persisted for decades, with fans claiming to spot him in various locations, even in the background of Home Alone. While experts dismiss these claims, the legend of Elvis refuses to fade. Some believed Elvis faked his death and appeared as an extra in Home Alone, but experts dismiss this, confirming it was a different man. In 1988, a Nashville radio station offered $1 million reward for an interview with Elvis, further fueling rumors. The search even inspired a 1990 video game. Whether he staged his disappearance or rests at Graceland, the mystery continues to captivate fans and add to his lasting legacy.